Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie Bree, and today I'm doing another pizza type video. This is my Pizza Hut memories. Now, I've done a video talking about my time working as a pizza delivery driver, but I didn't just work at Pizza Hut. I worked at Domino's and Papa John's and Little Caesars and everywhere else. And I've already done a video on the Book It program that Pizza Hut ran back in the 80s and 90s. So you can go ahead and go watch those two videos for a piece of my Pizza Hut experience. But today, I'm talking about, just in general, why did we eat at Pizza Hut so much, and what was it like back in the day? And why did we stop eating at Pizza Hut? So, the first question is easy to answer. The reason why we ate at Pizza Hut so much was because I grew up mostly in rural areas. Small towns, out in the country. Small, big towns. Towns of about, 5, 6, 700 people. Or big towns like 1,000 to 1,500, 15,000 people at the most on the big side. I didn't grow up in a lot of big cities, is what I'm trying to get at. So, most of the towns I lived in, most of the areas where we lived, we didn't have Domino's or Little Caesars or Papa John's or none of that. None of the above. Most of the time, if you were in a small town, if you had a pizza restaurant at all, it was either a local mom and pop shop, which was pretty rare, but did occasionally happen, or it was a Pizza Hut. Now, back then, Pizza Hut was a brick building with a red roof that was shaped like, I don't know, some kind of weird pyramid type looking building. It had a very signature look to it. But also back in the late 80s and throughout most of the 90s, Pizza Huts also had lobbies. And in the lobbies, so here's your typical Pizza Hut. You walk in, and when you first walk in, you got the little, coat check area, right in front of the bathrooms. And then you go into the lobby. And the lobby takes you to a counter on the right or left, depending on which door you're going in. And on one side of the lobby, you have the carry-out counter, which you walk up and tell them your name, and they give you your order if you order a carry-out. Or, on the other side, you got games, arcade machines, which I've talked a little bit about in my arcade memories video. Now, Pizza Huts were not the same thing as a Chuck E. Cheese, but at this time in our history and our society, video arcades were the place to be. And so they were everywhere. And so a lot of Pizza Huts had game rooms. Well, video games in the lobby. Once you went inside, at the edge of the lobby, there was a "Please wait to be seated" sign, which you would stand at until the hostess person would take you to your seat, depending on how many people were in your group, and sit you down, and then a waitress or waiter or wait person would come by, take your order, bring you your drinks, and then go cook your food and bring it out, with your, sides, breadsticks, etc. While you were waiting for the food, you'd go to the lobby and play Pac-Man or, Street Fighter or whatever video game it was. Which was pretty common. Now, for us, like I said, a lot of the places we lived, we didn't have McDonald's or Dairy Queens or Denny's or IHOPs or none of that, because the towns we lived in were too small. So a lot of times, if we had a chain restaurant at all, it was usually a Pizza Hut. Usually on the edge of town, close to the highway. Usually. Not always, but usually. So Pizza Hut was a regular experience for us eating out for a couple of reasons. One, it was usually all we had access to. And two, relatively affordable for a family of, 6, because we had 4 kids and 2 adults, mom, dad, me, and my 3 sisters. So a family of 6, you could order the pizza dinner, family pizza dinner special. You'd get 2 medium pizzas, an order of breadsticks, everybody got a drink, and then sometimes you would get a trip to the salad bar, which I didn't mention the salad bar, but I'm going to come back to that. Usually, you would have the dining room, and then you'd have a room off to the side. The room off to the side was usually the overflow room, but it was also for reservations. So you could have like birthday parties and such. So you had to request that room and book it. And I don't mean, you had to like reserve it, schedule it. And then near the front counter, you would usually have one of two staples. You would usually have a salad bar. Now, the salad bar was pretty standard. You know, lettuce, potato salad, bacon bits, cheese, shredded cheese, little tiny tomatoes, cottage cheese, etc. Your normal standard salad bar options. But sometimes, depending on the layout of the restaurant and or, the layout of the salad bar, sometimes these Pizza Hut restaurants would have a lunchtime buffet. Now, if they had a buffet, it was usually just for lunch. So that they would open it up at 11 a.m. and then it would close by 2, maybe 3 p.m. and then they would throw away all the leftovers and then clear it out, turn it back into a salad bar, and then it was a salad bar the rest of the time. Now, because we ate at Pizza Hut basically all the time, because like I said, when we were younger, it was pretty much all we had access to. As we got older and moved into bigger towns that had more options, we were still, for the most part, pretty loyal to Pizza Hut. Now, occasionally, you just want to order pizza for the kids, you want to have a pizza party, or it's Friday night, we're going to go to the video store and rent movies and order some pizza or whatever. You're going to call Domino's or Little Caesars because they're the cheapest. So, that's what we would usually do once we got into the bigger towns that had access to delivery, because for that, Pizza Hut was a little bit pricier than the other guys. So Pizza Hut was better as a sit-down family restaurant, go out to eat for dinner kind of supper-type restaurant experience in the evening as a let's go out as a family. Sitting at home ordering pizza, no, it was Domino's because they were cheaper, or Little Caesars because they were cheaper. Now, a few years ago, Pizza Hut's basically fell on hard times as a company and started shuttering their dining rooms. And they rebranded and restructured into a pretty much carry-out delivery only, getting rid of their lobbies and their dining rooms and their big signature red roofs. So what you have today is a Pizza Hut in name only. It's a Domino's store with a Pizza Hut name on the front. Their menu is, I will say, mostly what you remember as, growing up, what Pizza Hut had been. Most of your staples are still there, but a lot of your signature items like the taco pizza, the shredded beef barbecue pizza, some of your specialty pizzas that they carried when they had a full dining room and people were like eating at Pizza Hut all the time, those staples are gone because they had to streamline the menu to facilitate the more delivery-focused market. So it's like, yeah, everybody just wants pepperoni or supreme or, stuffed crust, meat lovers or whatever. So a lot of those specialty pizzas, they just don't offer them anymore. And because of that, the menu has changed, the experience has changed. They're pricier than the other guys when it comes to delivery, and since they're only delivery now, I'm not going to order Pizza Hut delivered because I can't afford it. I would go out to eat as a, hey, we're going out to eat for Mother's Day or whatever, we'd go to Pizza Hut. That's no longer an option, so I don't eat Pizza Hut anymore. It is, as far as I'm concerned, a thing of the past. So let me know, what are your Pizza Hut memories and experiences? If you lived in a town that had options, did you ever pick Pizza Hut as your go-to restaurant? And if you didn't, what was your deterrent? And if you lived in a town that didn't have options and you were like us, you ate at Pizza Hut because you had no other option, what was it like? Did you enjoy it, or was it just like, whatever, this is all we got? Stay cool.